we now have propane in the camper. So the loud popping that you heard in the background was fireworks, which you might be able to hear more. I don't know what's going on. It's not the 4th of July. It's not Memorial Day. Those holidays are July is next month, so I don't understand what's going on with all these fireworks, but in the camper it doesn't matter. It's not loud. Yeah, my sister thought it'd be a good idea, since she knew this is my first night in the camper, that she'd throw some fireworks outside of it, which didn't really scare me too much, because even when people are mowing around in the yards nearby, I don't usually, like, I can hear it, but it's usually well insulated enough to not hear it, like, as much as you would think. But yeah, so that's why I listened. I was looking, I was like, what is that? And then I realized it was fireworks. So yeah, so she got me though. And I was kind of wondering, I was like, was it the neighbors throwing fireworks over here about the camper, or what? And I went out to the house to grab some shit, and it ended up being my sister, so she got me. But yeah, so alright, so tonight I'm baking a pizza in the oven, definitely, for sure. 100% baking a pizza in the oven in the camper. I've been wanting to do this for so long. Like, the Foreman was sitting on the counter. I moved it now. It's gone. It's actually in the cabinet below. I don't think I'll use it anytime soon, because running too much electricity out here is dangerous. I got a smaller, more efficient air conditioner put into the camper. The one that I had in the camper last year was just older, non-efficient. It wasn't as efficient as this one. So that's another update. It's now in the it's now in the garage and in the corner where it's not going to be used unless one of the air conditioners in the house blow up and don't work anymore. Then that's the only reason it's going to be used. But it's basically just a backup now. So I have a smaller air conditioner using a lot less power. LED lights above here, all these little LED lights, and then I'm running actual two older school light bulbs that are pretty bright in here right now. That's mainly because lighting for when I do a video near the stove, and to just light the area up. Normally I would prefer LEDs, which I'm working on getting for the camper, because I'm trying to consume as little electricity as I possibly can, and at the moment, not having to run a Foreman at night, just even for 10 minutes, is saving me a fire hazard and everything. So it's what happened today was, I told my dad, I was like, look, hey, look, it's the weekend. We got to get this figured out. We got to get this figured out. What is it? What's wrong with it? And I told him, and I explained it to him before, but he didn't understand what I was saying because I'm not the most aware of issues when it comes to pipes and construction and working on things as well as he is. He's way more experienced with those kind of things. So I was like explaining to him, I need like a cap. I need to cap it off because what happened was, propane ran through the camper, which it does in most campers, and the stove ran on propane. Our stove runs on propane. The fridge ran on propane, and then the furnace ran on propane. So when they took the furnace out of it, which is fine with me, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't plan on using it anyway, but I mean, that's why I got a good deal on it. It was capped off. Like, they crimped it the proper way it was supposed to be to where there was no leaks. Now, when they took the fridge out, they just cut it and just like left it. So I hooked up tank and I tried it and I heard tss from the actual tank. I heard it was like, I was like, well, the lines can't have that much air in it. Well, they didn't. It was leaking right there. So that's the problem. So I yanked that underneath and I realized that I showed him finally today. And he's like, oh, that's all you needed? So he unscrewed it with a pipe wrench, took to Home Depot, matched it up with a 3/8. 3/8 is all it was. Capped it. Put pipe tape around it for propane, tightened it up. I hooked the propane tank up, turned it on. I didn't hear no leaks. Then I came inside and turned the pilot on, turned the burner on the propane stove and lit it, wouldn't light. So I was like, oh yeah, Dad said you have to let the air run through it. It's true. It took about a minute or so. Lit, everything lit. Then I tried the oven, lit perfectly. So everything's good to go on that. So I know I've been saying that for a while that, well, we're going to get the propane done. Well, the only thing I need propane for in here, I mean, there is a hot water tank heater in there still that can be done with propane, but I don't plan on using it, and I don't take showers in here, so just mainly cooking now. Hell of a saver right there. I mean, I'm going to be able to bake pizzas, cook on the stove, and I'm using a lot less energy than I would before, so I'm really glad about that. So that's my biggest thing with this video. So you will see me cooking a DiGiorno pizza in this video, and that's my goal, is to see how good it turns out. The oven looks like it's never been used. The stove is, everything's clean, everything looks great, not rusted, nothing. The oven looks like it's never been used. So I don't know if they like made a pot of noodles or something on the stove at one time, but other than that, it's perfect. So that's kind of my update that I was trying to aim for. But yeah, so I finally am using less energy now that I have propane. And it's one 20-gallon tank in the front of the camper. That's all I need. I'm pretty sure the stove's going to be a lot more efficient than the grill that we have. The grill by the garage. So that's just a quick update. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully pretty well. Alright, so here's the part that makes me nervous. It doesn't really make me nervous, but hey, not. Go into the front of the Shasta here. Turn on the propane for the first time to actually cook with. Make sure everything was really tight. It's well checked. Alright, it's on. Now we go inside and take a look. Still makes me nervous. That's how. Got a lot of ventilation going. I got window open in here, windows open in the bathroom. Try that out. Turn this fan off. So here's the stove. I still feel really nervous about this situation, but make sure it's primed. Propane is working good. Okay, cool. So yeah, I don't smell any leaks, no issues. I got windows open. I just feel nervous about this, like I'm gonna get trapped inside and die. Alright, so the plan is this here pizza here. It's really good. Fit in a mini fridge. Get the DiGiorno cheese stuffed crust with 3 meat try that baby out, but before I can do that, I gotta light the oven. So, as you can tell, like the stove looks like it's never been used. And then the oven, actually gonna take this off and set it to the side. So yeah, we're doing the 3-meat DiGiorno here tonight, but I mean, yeah, it looks a little beat up on the outside, but it's never really been used. You open it up. You see what I mean? So we'll turn the oven on. Push it in, turn to low. Underneath. Or actually. Jeez, make a noise. Turn it up to 350. Some kicks on. Close it for a second. There it goes. Magic Chef. Just all it. I'll let that heat up for a few. I guess put our lives on it. So DiGiorno stuffed crust is on the menu tonight. So, I don't know what the actual temperature setting is for this. 400. So we will set her to 400. Yeah, that's about 400. Alright, now we wait. Alright, so here is the stuffed crust DiGiorno. This is about a 25-minute bake time. I haven't read all the details on it yet, but it was like $7 at a Kroger, so I figured instead of doing a Tostitos like I used to do on the Foreman, might as well do a real pizza. So if you open it up, the flame is not going, but there's a pilot light, which means it's up to temp. So we're gonna throw this in the oven on the rack and just do it that way. See what happens, because I can always take that out and clean it. So DiGiorno in the camper oven. Boy oh boy am I excited. So let's read this here. Cheese stuffed crust. DiGiorno cheese stuffed crust pizza is the best. How do we know? Each pizza is made with only the best stuff. Preheat to 400. We did that. Pizza must be cooked thoroughly. Yes, we know. Remove pizza from. Yeah, we know. Place pizza directly on center of rack. Wow. We did that. It's the center as it's gonna get. I mean, this is a camper stove, so now we wait 25 minutes. I'll set an alarm for it and see what we get. I mean, maybe even check on it before that. Pretty impressive to be able to cook with propane and not have to deal with a foreman every day. It's amazing. I'll let you know what I find out. Let's see what we get. Alright. Update on the DiGiorno cheese stuffed crust. 3-meat, sausage, pepperoni, beef. In the Magic Chef. We have about 10 minutes left of the baking process, but it's looking pretty good so far. And it kicks on and off, which is great. So, actually might even turn it around a little bit there. I want it crispy, so let's see how that goes. Quick update. Top of the stove is warm, but not hot. Boy oh boy, I can cook in here every day. This is going to be amazing. I don't have to use a foreman anymore. I can cook on the top, etc. Beautiful. So excited about this. I don't know why, but yeah. I know it's, to a lot of people this is very exciting, but yeah. To be able to have this instead of a foreman out here is, endless possibilities. Anything I can do in a house, I could do in here. Oh yeah. So the pizza's complete. Just letting it cool down, and I like it extra crispy, so we got extra crispy here. Just gotta slide it on to this, and well, you can already see the detail of it's perfect. And the oven, I'm gonna leave it in there for a minute to keep it warm still. But you can obviously see that it turned out the way I wanted it to. It heated and shut off when it reached a certain temperature. It did what it was supposed to do after all these years. This camper is probably 40 years old, and the Magic Chef still is holding its own. So I can't wait to try out ribs and bacon and cooking on it with pots of pans and oh yeah, I'm gonna blow through some propane this year, but I think it'll be pretty efficient. So, and the end of the matter is, finally, after promising and saying, oh, I'm gonna get the camper all propane fixed, and I finally did. So now I'm happy, really happy, because I can make a 20-gallon tank last a while with a heater, so I can make it last a little longer with an oven. So I'll be cooking real good on that, and make sure I have a good amount of ventilation and my carbon monoxide monitor going, just to be safe, because you never know. But it was kind of a scary thing, because I mean, I figured that it might only be that one thing that one cap that I had to put on, that where the fridge was originally, the original fridge that was in here, and I saw that they capped out, the furnace right, but yeah, I was nervous that there might be another leak, but there wasn't, and there isn't. So when I cook, I turn it on, the propane tank, I do my cooking, and then I go outside and shut it off, because I don't trust it. I mean, I trust it now, but I don't trust it enough to leave it on 24/7 with pressure building up underneath it. So yeah, other than that, pizza turned out good. Smells great in here. I warmed it up in here. So propane's working, so now we're going to do some real food cooking here eventually in the next videos. But yeah, like I said, the beginning of the season starting now. Got the propane fixed. It's going to be a good time. And a season, so I'm ready for another season worth of videos and questions and whatever you guys want to know, let me know. But yeah, it's like a 40-year-old Shasta, so it's still running, still going. So I don't know what I'd do without it. It's my home away from home. So thanks for watching. I appreciate everything, and I'm glad I got that thing working now. Wow.